From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2250, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, December 16th, 2020. We begin this week with news that the sun put on quite a show in recent days. Newsline anchor Stephen Kinford tonight WB has more.
The Northern Lights put on a big sky show for the northern portion of the United States following a coronal mass ejections collision with the Earth's magnetosphere. Starting on Wednesday, December 9th, northern U.S. residents had their eyes on the sky for the aurora borealis from Washington State and Oregon all the way east to Maine. The Space Weather Prediction Center of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said the light show was set off after a solar flare erupted from a sunspot on Monday, December 7th. Though the conditions may have created a thing of beauty in the sky, amateurs may not have felt the same way dealing with intermittent conditions on the HF bands.
In Japan, fire to a major semiconductor factory is expected to disrupt the availability of audio components worldwide.
An inferno that raged recently at a major audio semiconductor factory in Japan is expected to have a stifling effect on the supply chain for both professional and upscale consumer audio components, including amateur radio equipment. The three-day blaze consumed the AKM factory over an 82-hour period in late October. By the time firefighters got it under control, the building was so damaged, operations had to be shut. AKM is known for its DACs and ADCs, the digital-to-analog converter chips and analog-to-digital converter chips, used in the music and film industries and in radios. Semi-Media, a news source for the semiconductor industry, reported that production of the chips is not likely to resume for at least 6 months, prompting companies reliant on AKM to anticipate being caught short. In November, however, AKM issued a statement saying it plans to work with cooperating manufacturers and will prepare to outsource its production of the chips. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
In a part of Oklahoma with a proud space legacy, a new generation is touching the sky, this time via amateur radio.
There's been a nice bit of astronaut history going on for years in Tecumseh, Oklahoma, and perhaps no one knows that better right now than the students in the Tecumseh High School Amateur Radio Club, K5DHS. On Friday, December 4th, they added themselves to that local history book when they spoke over amateur radio with ISS astronaut Shannon Walker, KD5DXB. The 9-minute Q&A happened over a 2-meter station built by 20 ham radio operators. Teacher Bill Crow, K5LUO, led the group in its efforts to get the station with its beam and rotators up and running. One by one, the students quickly stepped up to the microphone inside the school auditorium to deliver their questions to Shannon Walker, who this year became the first woman to fly inside a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule. Making space history seems to be a natural for this part of Oklahoma. Gordon Cooper, one of the original Mercury 7 astronauts, was a native of nearby Shawnee and attended Shawnee High School, where he played on the school's football team. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Mike Askins, KE5CXP.
Mike and I are both proud graduates of Shawnee High School, class of 1978, and I studied electronics at Gordon Cooper Votech in my junior and senior years. It's now known as Gordon Cooper Technology Center. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for 4 decades and counting at arnewsline.org. With Stephen Kinford and 8WB, Graham Kemp, VK4BB, Mike Askins, KE5CXP, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW 73. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.